So in this video, I'm going to show how to start up and work with the CM5 HMI programming software from Automation Direct. So this is for the CM5 panels. So there are two different types of panels for CM5. They have the EA9, which is a completely different panel, and it requires different software for that. So the CM5 series is what we're going to be working with. So when you open the software, you're going to see this display here, and we're going to go to make a new project. And before we do that, we'll go ahead and name the project. So I'll just call this video demo, and then I select my panel type. So in my lab, we're using the T4W panel, which is a 4-inch display, and then they have all the way up to a, I believe it's 22-inch display that they can set up. So the cool thing is we can set up the orientation from here. So most is going to be landscape, and then we can also flip it upside down 180 degrees. We can do portrait mode and rotate it so that way it's long ways, maybe like vertical. And then for my class, we do everything in Allen Bradley. So we're going to do Allen Bradley as our PLC protocol. It also covers all of these others here. So if you're doing like the click PLCs, you'd want to use Automation Direct. But Allen Bradley is what I'm using. So I use the compact logics and control logics in my class. So we're going to use Ethernet IP, client tag-based control compact logics for our protocol setup. Once you hit that, you'll hit OK. And that's going to bring you into this main display here. So a couple different things. Right off the bat, it looks a little similar if you've used Factory Talk View, where we have this object list over here, and there's a parts list below, which Factory Talk doesn't have the parts list, but this object list is set up very similarly as the Factory Talk. So transitioning from Factory Talk to this was pretty simple. So this is our design platform here. So this is where we're actually going to see the screens. We have our navigation over here where we can add in a new screen. We can delete screens. We can copy screens. We can duplicate specific screens. Then some options, and then basic display, and some other stuff. There's functions here where we can come in and set up like the Ethernet port, so we can set up the IP address on our device. We can come in and access our tag name database, so looking at our tags from our HMI or PLC, looking at the actual manuals for the software and for the hardware itself, and then setting up our communication configuration. So when you first start out, brand new panel will be under USB. If it's already a predefined panel, you'll probably want to go over Ethernet and find the HMI display. So you just come under Browse, and then it should pop up once you're connected. Overall, pretty simple software to use. So we also have under our file save, we can read projects from a panel. We can do simulation. If we want to transfer to our panel, we can do that through here. We can print the actual displays. So we can see what those look like, and then being able to auto save your project, your basic stuff there. So up at the top, we have some edit tags that we can do more once you get into your objects and stuff that you put on there. We can change our view, turn off our display grid. We can snap objects to the grid. Some tools, and then same thing that you see down here on the screen tabs. Objects, all of this stuff is also right over here. So database, this is where we can come in and go to our tag name database or address book. It's basic setup of the panel. So a lot of what you have down over here is also up on top as well. So really easy for overall setup of the display. So screen 1, that's going to be your default main screen, and it's as easy as clicking the object, dragging it to where you want, and it brings up your settings here for you to start manipulating and programming.